Probably heard the word intersectional or intersectionality before, either in a class or on social media. But have you stopped to think about why that concept is among the many that are being banned across school boards in this country? Welcome back to my Forbidden Curriculum series, which is about topics and ideas that the people in power don't want us to know. In critical ethnic studies, intersectionality is a concept that's used to understand how different social identities like race, class, or gender overlap and intersect to create our lived experiences. It's not just about one identity, but it's about many coming together and intersecting. But specifically, it's about how systems of power, systems of oppression like racism, sexism, homophobia, work together to keep power in place. This concept was coined in 1989 by legal scholar Kimberly Crenshaw when she was examining the workplace discrimination cases of Black women, and she found that there was something systematically about being both Black and a woman in the workplace that led to these types of outcomes. She argued that the experiences of Black women couldn't just be understood through the lens of race alone or through the lens of gender alone. Instead, it should be understood through an intersectional lens that grouped those two identity categories together in order to make sense of a specific type of discrimination that neither Black men nor white women alone faced. I know what you're thinking. Oh, here she goes with the oppression Olympics. Intersectionality is not about oppression Olympics, and honestly, whoever came up with that concept completely missed the point, because what's the prize? Discrimination? Conditions that lead to your injury or death? That's a stupid prize. This is about survival, because what intersectionality helps us understand is that the people whose lives exist at the intersections of all of these different marginalized identities are the most at risk of physical injury or even death. Remember in my last video when I told you that people in power don't want us to understand our identities, they want us to be confused about who we are. Intersectionality is one of the reasons why. If you don't understand your own identities, if you don't understand where you stand, what groups you're aligned with, whether consciously or subconsciously, then it's harder to see how the invisible systems of power around us shape and maintain power. How they are designed to keep us where we are, to keep us off balance. Intersectionality keeps us from focusing on just one of our social identities, but instead to consider and think about the complexity, the multiplicity, and the messy reality of people's lived experiences. When we are effectively able to use a lens of intersectionality, it becomes easier to build coalitions and to build